All right, guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's up, guys? It's Pick'em with HuddleGG, and in today's video we're going to be going over a defensive tip that'll help us get the most dominant press animations with our cornerbacks without the fear of getting beaten over the top. Now, if you enjoy this type of content, please make sure to hit that subscribe button at the end of the video to make sure you never miss any of our uploads. That being said, let's hop into this. And what we're going to do first, we're going to come out in a man coverage look, but we're going to come off with our corners backed off. Okay, now this isn't always a bad concept, right? But there is something we are inviting our opponent to do by playing off coverage every play, right? I'm a big component on mixing up your look pre-snap, because if you give your opponent this look to the left side of the screen here, where we have that corner, 8 yards off the ball, all they need to do is put a simple curl route here, and it's going to be very, very simple if they time this as he turns around, and we're going to be able to make that play and even possibly turn it up for some bigger yards there. Okay, so your first thought is, let's press the defense, right? So in order to press the defense, for those of you that don't know, you'll do Y or triangle on PlayStation and down on the left stick. Now what that's going to do is it's going to press your corners into this alignment where they're now going to get hands on the receivers and really try to, again, jam them at the line. Now, that is great for the curl route, right? That is not great for over the top, right? It's going to be easy for your opponent to beat you over the top now if you just simply press. Okay, this year it's very, very simple to beat somebody. You can just hot route a fade route onto the field, and what you're going to see is that receiver is going to win pretty much 10 times out of 10. You're going to be able to lob this over the top, and it's going to be a pretty easy completion for you time and time again. Okay, I'll run it one more time just to show you how consistent this is. Again, it's very, very simple. If you're seeing this press alignment and you are the offensive player, if you just put this fade route out here to the outside, again, he's going to win pretty much every time you lob that ball over the top, and you're going to have the separation needed to make that catch down the field. Okay, so how can we get hands on the receivers, get in that press alignment, but not worry about getting beat over the top? Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to still press the defense, right? And again, we're going to go against the same exact concept I just did. So it's look at it here. Again, we're just running that simple fade route to the solo side receiver. Now, what we're going to do here on defense, you do want to make sure that you do have default alignment on, and I like to have match coverage on as well. I think it helps a little bit better in this, depending on the type of defense we do. But now, instead of leaving our outside corner in that man coverage, what we're going to do is we're going to put him into an outside third. Okay, in order to do that, we're going to push Y, his button, which is X, you can see it above his head, and then up on the left stick. Okay, that's all we need to do here to that solo side receiver. Again, this is something we do want to do to solo receivers, right? So tray open, your bunch set, stuff like that. This is where it's going to be most effective. But now what you're going to see is if they do try to run this same outside fade, we're either going to get a dominant press where we completely take him out of the play, or we're going to get a similar look to what we had in man coverage, but we're not actually going to get beat over the top now. Okay, we're still getting hands on the receiver as well, right? So obviously you could press and shade over the top, and you're not going to get beat the same. But if we do that, then we're not going to get hands and slow up that receiver, which is what we want to do, right? So what you're going to see here is once we put that outside third there, if they say hike with this fade route, again, you're going to see that it looks like he may be getting beat, but if we throw this, the corner is going to be right there in order to make the play. Now, I'm using two controllers right now. I could have easily clicked on and swatted that ball away. Again, the receiver may have had a quarter of a step, but it wasn't anything like before, right? So again, you see how our receiver or our corner is running side by side with him the entire way down the field, right? So again, this is something you're going to see, and all you need to do is click on and swat the ball here. We actually have deep out zone KO on our corner, so he actually knocks the ball out anyways. Okay, now what we're going to do, show that again. We're going to press. We're going to put our outside corner in an outside third. And again, if they are trying to run these fade routes now, what you're going to see is you're not going to be able to get this open, right? And there's the animation I wanted to show you where we're going to absolutely take him out of the play. And you can see there we can click on and we can swat that ball out of the air. Okay, now this is something that's not going to happen every single time, but a good amount of times, depending on what route they're running, you're going to get this animation where your corner, where my corner right now I think only has like 89 press, where Randy Moss I believe has like 93 release. So Randy Moss has the higher release. But what you'll see is we're going to get this elbow to the chest and pretty much just take him out of the play completely. It's going to ride him to the sideline, and you can see where our corner is never beat on this play. We can let this happen. again, click on. You want to go for the swat here, especially if you don't have the height advantage. If you try to go for a pick, you're going to get the ball caught on you a lot more than you want. Okay, so again, click on, make sure you hit that swat button in those one-on-one down the field. Okay, now another thing you can do, you can show blitz and do this too. Now this double mug formation out of the New Orleans Saints is actually kind of unique because what you're going to see is when we show blitz in it, our corner is only going to be about 4.5 yards off the line of scrimmage, right? So you see that left of screen corner, he doesn't actually press all the way down. This is something that I actually like quite a bit. We're still going to put him on that outside third. And what you'll see here is, again, if we run that fade route to that outside receiver there, you're going to be able to get this dominant win, or you're going to be able to stay in front of him. You can see again there, we're right in position to be able to click on and make that swat. We're not giving up that separation that we were giving up in normal man coverage when we're running this with the outside third, right? So again, you see here, he gets this little swim move, which typically your opponent's going to think, all right, my receiver has won. And I can't tell you how many times I've had an opponent try to throw this on me, but you see here that our cornerback is stride for stride with him the entire time. And obviously the higher speed guy, the taller guys you have are going to be better for this. But even with a 5'10", I believe 5'11" corner in Asante Samuel, he is right here stride for stride with Randy Moss to make a play on this ball. And again, you can see that's 3 reps in a row. We'll run it one more time. And like I said, you can do this. Let's actually do it out of another formation just to show you that you can do that there as well. So if we go to, let's just say, nickel over, right? So let's say we go to nickel over, and let's say we start out in a cover 2, okay? So if we start out in a cover 2 here, what you're going to see is, let's put that outside corner. We don't even have to press him if he's up in that 5-yard alignment either, right? So if we put him in an outside third, you can press him. Doesn't matter. What you would want to do here is you'd want to then rotate your safeties, right? You don't want that safety over the top. So if we put that left of screen safety in an inside third, now we're rotating that coverage to the right side of the field. But what you'll see here is if they try to run this, right, whether it's the outside fade or a normal fade that's on the play already, we're going to be able to get these dominant wins, and you're going to see that our corner is going to be in perfect position to be able to make a play on that ball every single time. That's 4 reps there that he has not gotten beaten by a step, and I promise you this is going to be something that is consistent time and time again. But what you'll see here is we're going to get that elbow to the chest, ride that receiver to the sideline, completely slow him down, and we actually have the step here on him with our cornerback. So again, when you are facing these sets that have these solo receivers, make sure you press or show blitz, get that guy in that press alignment, and then make sure you put him in an outside third. Now, one thing I do want to mention, if you do have a play that he's already in an outside third, it's not always going to work. There are certain plays that will work, but if he is already an outside third, you do want to check it, practice it, see if it works. But if it's a cover 2 or a man coverage type play, you're always going to be able to get these dominant press animations if you just simply hot route that guy to an outside third.